Hello everyone, it's me, DillysSims. Welcome back to my channel. Today is Speed Build Sunday, the day of the week where I build whatever I want, because I can. As you can probably tell, I am sick. I was sick when I came back from New York, but as God would have it, and it's interesting that I'm using God as a reference because I'm building a church today, as God would have it, it's gotten worse. I sound like a 70-year-old smoker, and it's just awful. I hate it, it's awful, I want it to be over. But please bear with me, I am trying to pump out these videos still and make it on time. I'm thinking about, I'm thinking about not uploading a video Monday for Soap Opera Legacy, but I don't know. I've had some family issues. I lost a family member, but I don't know if I want that to affect me and the upload schedule, because I could still do it, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna cross that road when I get there, because I also have to pre-record, because next Sunday I will be at Gay Pride in San Francisco. So if you're in San Francisco, hit me up, follow me on Snapchat, it's in the description below, and I will be there. I will be all gay prided out. It's gonna be great. And it's just, oh, the costume I have, mwah, beautiful. I'm so happy I worked so hard on this costume. I have another costume, but it's part of like, I was working on it because I have a friend who owns his own, what is it called, foundation for gay people, and I've talked about it before on the channel, and I was supposed to be helping him, and I was supposed to be his fallen angel because that's what the name of the foundation is, the Fallen Angels Guidance Foundation, but I haven't heard from him in a while, and I've been like calling him, but he's not picking up, so I'm a little worried, but I also have to worry about myself too. I have to think about the other stuff in my life that's going on. But anyways, I do have stories for you guys. Oh, and let me just mention right now, in the screenshots you do get to see some graves in the build, and that is because for everyone, for my Soap Opera Legacy, you will remember that Juliet died, along with all her friends, because Goldie McDickerson lit the house that Juliet was staying on fire. So, everyone who died, those are their graves. So that's and I'm thinking I'm gonna keep this build in that world where Soap Opera Legacy is happening, and every time somebody dies, we're just gonna add to the backyard, to this graveyard. There you go. And we'll just add it to this graveyard. And this is a very nice lot if you want to get married. So I do recommend, 10 out of 10 would recommend this build if you want to get married in like a not conservative. It doesn't even have to be a conservative church if you don't want it to, it's The Sims. But a traditional church. There you go, that's what I was going to say. If you want to get married in a traditional looking church, 10 out of 10 would recommend this church. And there's a bell. There's a bell in this church. Great. Anyways, I'm going to continue my story about New York because I was telling you guys about my trip to New York for not Speed Build Sunday, it was Thursday. Thursday I talked about in Fixer Upper going to New York, my airplane ride, and how I almost died, and nobody helped me. But that's fine. And then the rest of my trip was fine. I didn't die at all anymore. But, so, let me continue. We get off of the plane, and Heather and I are disgusting. We are gross. We haven't showered in like 24 hours. We haven't slept properly in like 24 hours. And we were just gross and disgusting, and we were like sitting in an airplane, which is like a can that everyone shares a space, a small can where everyone shares space. And so we get to New York, it's my very first taxi ride ever. My very first taxi ride. And oh my gosh, if you guys live in New York, because I don't know who's watching this, but if you live in New York and you drive there, holy crap, I applaud you, because New York traffic is the worst. It is not that, like, you're gonna be stuck in traffic forever. Very rarely do I figure that. It's just everyone's an asshole. Like, being honest right now, everyone in New York who was driving behind the wheel of a car was an asshole. There was constant honking, and I was in Manhattan. From what I noticed in Manhattan, there are no speed limits. So everyone's driving whatever speed they want. There's slow people, and there's drivers who go vroom. It's just so they could come to a quick stop. And there's so many cars on the road that you can't, like, drive super fast. And then there's the pedestrians. Oh my gosh, the pedestrians. New Yorkers, real New Yorkers, do not value their own life. I swear to God. Because if you pay attention, stoplights, you know, like where you can walk or whatever, where they tell you, you know, walk. Those do not matter to New Yorkers. It'll be like green and there will not be the like walk guy, and real New Yorkers will just book it. Oh my God, I was on a tour bus and I watched an old woman just walk in front of my tour bus, knowing that the tour bus was there. Real New Yorkers have balls, to tell the truth. Being so honest, they have balls. Oh my God, I got there and I was like, Heather, no, don't cross the street. The signal doesn't say to cross the street yet. And she was like, whatever. When in Rome. It was so scary to me. Again, I'm so sorry about my voice. I know it doesn't sound good. But think about it like this. I sound like a smoker. I mean, I'm sick. I don't actually smoke because I'm hot and I don't want to look old or gross or disgusting. So that's why I don't do smoke cigarettes. But think about it like this. I sound like a smoker. And in New York, everybody smokes apparently. So it's like you're getting a real New Yorker story, you know? From the Bronx. Oh my God. That is probably, right now, what you just heard is probably the straightest version of Dilly you will ever hear in your life. Like, right now, being sick, I actually sound straight. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And, oh my gosh. So, we get our taxi, and... Sorry about the segue. We get our taxi, and we get to our hotel, and it's like 11 something in the morning. And we're like, oh, hi, I made a reservation. It's under Dylan, because that's my name. And he goes, okay, you're early. And I was like, okay. He's like, check-in doesn't start for until like 3. I think he said 3, and it was 11 o'clock in the morning. And all Heather and I wanted to do is take a shower and sleep. And that was it. Literally, that was it. Like, I would sacrifice a finger to just take a shower and sleep. And he was like, we'll let you know if there's any like rooms available early. And I was like, okay, can we leave our luggage here? And so we walked around the perimeter of the hotel. Like, we went a few blocks over, looked around. That's when we realized pedestrians do not give a shit about their own lives, and B, everyone is so mean and sketchy, sketchy, for sure sketchy. Everybody looked like they were on meth. It was actually awesome. Like, it's just like the movies. It is so gross, and I want to do it again. I want to go again. I feel like we did not get to everything we were supposed to get to. Because I made a list, and it wasn't a huge list, but I made a list and we didn't get to all of it, which is totally fine. But I have a couple of reasons as to why I feel like we didn't get to our things. So we walked around the perimeter, we wasted like an hour and a half, and we were like, okay, we're just gonna go back to the hotel and we're just gonna loiter in the lobby until they give us a room. So we loitered. And finally, he was like, oh, there is a room available. After, it was about like an hour of waiting, because we went up and to him and we were like, oh, is there a room available yet? And he was like, let me check. No, but if you could just give me 15, 20, 25, 30, 40 minutes. And it just kept going up. Like, he said that and he just kept bringing up minutes. So it was like, it went from 15 to 40 minutes. That's a whole 30 minutes, 35 minutes. That's a huge difference in time. So we loitered in the hallway. I checked out a couple of guys because, oh my gosh, the people in New York in general are just so attractive. And maybe this comes from, I'm coming from a place where the gay population is so small that I'm just like in awe of all like the gay and the attractive men. Because I don't have either here. Well, I do, but it's just very, very small. True statement. A very true statement. And, oh, I'm gonna talk about the gays too. The gays in New York versus the gays in the Valley of California. Finally, he gave us our hotel. We went up to the hotel, and I'm gonna try to fit, because I have like 6 minutes to talk about my hotel room. So we get to the hotel, and let me tell you, the hotel, we get in there and we walk in, it looks like a small little room, right? Like, it looks like a tuna can, very small. And when we open the door all the way, we realize there's a small little room on the side, and that has a desk and 2 chairs and a lamp. So it's a tiny, like, bed area, and then there's another tiny area, but it makes the room a decent size. But it was obvious that the hotel room, or the hotel in general, was a really old building that was remodeled. And like upstairs, upstairs, if you go to like whatever floor, all the floors are the same layout wise. But the hallways were so small that only one person could fit through at a time. Imagine building in The Sims, and you know how it's like by quadrants? If you build a hallway, normally people build it with 2 squares of space. Imagine building a hallway with just 1 square of space. That was the hotel. That was the hotel. And we were walking, and it looked like the way it was remodeled, decorated, looked like why can't I think of it? American Horror Story hotel. Very old-fashioned, but also remodeled. It was remodeled to also look old-fashioned. And I think it's because of the floor plan. I'm pretty sure it was because of the floor plan that that's the way it looked. And we get in, oh, I already talked about walking to the hotel room. And we're looking around, it looks okay, right? And then we start to realize, underneath the desk, there are pipes. With like what looks like a hot and cold like turn thingy. But both of them have cold handles. And instead of there being like a drain, there's no drain. It looked like it was closed or topped off, so you know you couldn't like open it and actually turn on the water. Underneath the desk. In our shower, if you opened our shower curtain, up at the top to the left a little bit, there was a door. A door in our shower. A metal door, and the last night that we were there, Heather decided to open it up, which I don't know why we didn't open it up sooner, because this would have been great to know, but Heather opened up the door in the shower, and it was like this dark black hallway with like pipes. So it looked like just wall space where pipes went everywhere between rooms, and we stuck our heads in there, and there was another door further down with like a light coming through it, so you knew it was a door. So other people also had access to this like area, this like wall crevice or whatever. So easily people could have broken in through our shower to murder us in the middle of the night. Thank God it didn't happen, because I wouldn't be here telling you the story if it happened. Oh, what's another thing that happened? Okay, oh, this bothered me a lot, because I was like, if you're gonna do this, at least make it consistent. And I mean, I guess they made it consistent, but they could have fixed it. In our shower, I know there's so many problems with the showers. In our shower, somebody made it so instead of having a hot and cold nozzle, there's just 2 hot nozzles. I mean, one of them was still cold, but it had like the H for hot on it. And I was like, why didn't they just like take the hot off of one of the hots off of our shower and then replace it with one of the colds from underneath the desk? I feel like that would have been so much better. But you know, whatever, to each their own. I didn't build the hotel, so yeah. Oh well, I finished talking about the hotel. I still have some time. Let me, because I want to leave it off on a good time, you know? Because I still have so much of New York to talk about. I went to sleep, like we took a nap. I took a shower and then I took a nap. And I got underneath the covers and I realized our bed, the bed that, because Heather and I shared a bed, and it doesn't matter because Heather and I share beds all the time. Like I go to Heather's apartment and we sleep together in the same bed. Nothing happens because I'm gay. Shocking. Anyways, I'm such a dork. Where was I going before it became stupid for a second? Heather and I shared a bed. I got underneath the covers and then I realized there was no actual comforter. Because you know, like that fluffy stuff on the fluffy sheet on top of the bed to make it look fluffy and nice? There was none of that. It was a bed sheet followed by a thick blanket and then another bed sheet on top to make it look like a comforter. So, and we paid $800 for that hotel room for the 4 nights that we stayed there. I guess we got our money's worth. Well, I'm getting close to the end of the video, guys. Let me know what you think of this build. I'm going to keep talking about New York in the next build, which will be floor plan. I'm thinking about doing floor plans from now on instead of fixer-uppers because floor plans do better on my channel. And you know what? That's fine. I don't want to be a copy of Little Simsy. Not that I was trying to be, but I don't want to take on something that somebody is already doing very well. Floor plans will be my thing. Anyways, if you want to see a floor plan done, email me. My email's in the description box below. And follow me on Snapchat, especially for Pride. Hit me up. I'm totally okay with like hugging you guys at Pride, or just if you just want to see me in my Pride costume. It's gonna be so hot. Like, subscribe, comment, do all those fun YouTube things, and I will catch all of you guys next time. Bye, everybody.